Hello
And welcome
to BB on Blast.
with me, Lindsay,
And me, Gaz.
covering... What's that?
I did an
Ta-da!
arm gesture that no
Jazz
one will ever
hands.
see apart from you.
Oh, you should have been here, guys. It's beautiful.
Oh,
So
if only that was on Zoom.
we're here to discuss BB23 Week 2. And I haven't got much backstage gossip for you, but I have got one interesting tidbit, because I've been a bit slower listening to the podcast, but, eventually I'll have more stuff than you'll ever know.
What's the backlog?
Check this.
Yeah.
Oh, it's bad. I did listen to Julie Girl. Only one, though. Whitney, do you know who she is?
She's blonde hair.
Yes.
And she dresses as a BB hacker. I think you tweeted that.
Did I?
Yeah, she had a... Was it not you? She
No,
had a black hoodie on in the diary room and you went, is BB hacker, is that you? Is
No,
that not you?
that weren't me.
Oh, maybe
But
it's Alfie.
It's her. She does not believe in Sandy Hook.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
So-
Did you know this?
Yeah, I know
Oh,
that.
my only bit of gossip, and you already know
well,
it.
that's old news.
I know.
That. The thing
Believe me,
is,
I know.
I just see the stuff and let it wash over me. So
Yeah.
it's a good job you raise it. 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
Better late than never. Rowan was tweeting about this. That's
was
how
she?
I know about it.
Go on, tell me.
Is it a school shooting, Sandy
Yes,
Hook?
yeah,
See, I don't know much about that.
You don't want to.
When was this?
About 7 or 8 years ago, maybe.
Okay. Why would someone not believe in that? I don't really quite
because there's a
understand.
conspiracy theory that...
You like a conspiracy theory.
Yeah, because the conspiracy theory is that
Yeah.
the parents of the children who were like outside crying about it are actors. Fuck knows why. I'm not sure why that would be a thing that actors would do. Oh yeah, what are you going out to do acting today? Yeah, you're going out to play a father of a deceased child.
Live
why?
on the news.
Yeah, the conspiracy theory makes no sense whatsoever, and is also extremely cruel.
Offensive.
Yeah, extremely horrific. And the parents have been like badgered by a conspiracy theorist, like, you're making it up. You never had a child who
Oh my God.
there at all.
Maybe
and all
they didn't.
this.
Perhaps they live in a different dimension.
Those are not BB on Blast views. And it's just absolutely
No,
disgusting.
it just made me think of like a Doctor Who storyline where someone's like accidentally gone to a different dimension. Like,
Yeah.
They thought they had a family and shit like that,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
they didn't. You know, it happened to Donna Noble in Doctor Who, actually.
Well,
Played by Catherine Tate.
I don't think that is what happened. But anyway, the fact that Whitney is saying that shit on TV is actually
And
quite
being
grim.
allowed to stay on the show, should that not be like...
Oh, come on, Gaz. You know they keep the people on the show no matter what.
Are you allowed to be like reprimanded for conspiracy theories?
Well, they didn't
theories that could be
actually-
offensive to viewers.
I don't think they actually showed it. I think they just showed someone else talking about it.
Don't you think actually that's the job of the legal department to filter it out
Yeah, I think
off of the live feeds?
Yeah,
'Cause
I
I don't
think-
think that's going to end up in the highlights show.
No, I think, here's what you missed.
And then it's going to be like the intro of the next week. I
Yeah.
don't believe in Sandy Hook. Like it's
Yeah.
the funny part.
Yeah, and then someone just going... Wah, wah.
Sensitive as
Oh
ever.
dear, this has started off on a low.
We're not even drinking today, by the way.
No, so it's not going
And
to
we're
be...
trying to be quiet because
Oh yeah, Jack's having a nap.
Jack's asleep.
No, well, we're not trying to be quiet about that.
I am. I feel like I have to be.
Oh, fuck that. So the other thing I was going to say
Yeah.
was, yeah, they don't cut any of that shit out, because me and Jack just watched BB15 in 3 hours, the short version, and God, you should have seen that shit. Ooh.
Are you what? They didn't
The racist
throw people
one.
out for
The
things.
racist.
Sorry, I think you said cut anything out.
No, they don't throw people out. They don't throw you out even if you say about a black person, you won't be able to see them coming in the dark.
I remember that happening.
Or telling an Asian person to go cook some rice. They won't even throw you out for that.
Yeah,
But
okay,
Julie
fair point.
Julie actually did do a good ticking off and read back what she said as well.
Oh, really?
You
You
said
said, oh,
blah
that's
blah
good.
blah 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 blah, and she was very stern.
God,
so.
I mean, talk about delayed reaction though.
I know,
Normally,
that's the thing.
in a sort of version of Big Brother with any sort of standards, it
Yeah.
happens like the day after.
No,
That's
just
when you've been evicted 3 weeks later.
No, they just brushed it under the carpet for 2 or 3 weeks. Well, actually, I think it was longer than that. Anyway, enough about that.
Anyway,
But-
so
Go on.
fan favourite Brittany.
Brittany, do you mean Whitney?
Whitney, our pick to win.
Brittini.
Julie got a call her Brittini too, right?
Oh, are they?
Are they? I thought
They
I might
weren't.
have heard that over there.
They weren't
I
on
might
the
have
one.
plagiarised
They
it.
weren't on the one I listened to.
But I mean, it is how you spell it, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, we did hear that Brittini is called Brittini because her dad
Misspelt
spelt it
it.
wrong on the birth certificate or whatever.
That's like my dad with my half sister. He spelled her name wrong too.
What was that? What's that name?
Her name's Imelda, but he spelled it Imelda.
With an A?
With an A, yeah.
It reminds me of Anamelia.
Yeah,
for no
it's
reason.
not a great name, to be honest. I got off lightly. So, we're talking about episode 5. Have you got any notes?
I haven't got any notes for this one.
Okay,
The reason being I was cooking at the time of consumption. So
Hold on, you're cooking at the time of consumption.
Well,
what are you consuming?
the
Big
media.
Brother. Okay.
Yeah. So I'd also like to give a shout out to videobrother.net for a seamless experience, which I've never had. No pop-ups or anything. On the TV, there's about 1 million pop-ups. On the computer, it just worked.
Oh, because you were watching it in the kitchen.
Yeah, I had it on the side, on the counter. So I was like listening and watching, but also cooking spaghetti bolognese. So I might have missed some details. So I need you to fill in the blanks.
I'll do my best. I was probably drinking when I was watching it, though, so God help us.
I think there was a good task involved, though.
Well, let's have a look. So it was the previous thing we saw was Travis getting evicted, and we saw in this episode that Big D and Tiffany...
Driftwood. Is that Travis?
Yes. We did that last week, I think. Big D and Tiffany both did hinky votes to try.
What's Big D? Oh, Derek.
Derek, yeah, did hinky votes to try and pin on.
Yes.
Who were they trying to pin it on? We'll come to it. Can't remember.
There is a logic here.
There's a logic.
It's like I haven't got the logic, but Tiffany wanted to do it and remain under the radar, but I don't think she expected Derek F to not vote for.
It's always a danger.
Who was on the vote? I can't even fucking
Travis
remember.
and Alyssa.
Derek F was like loyal to Frenchie, but no one else was.
I don't know why Derek F was so loyal to
Oh no,
Frenchie.
this is this week. I'm jumping ahead. You tell
Hold
me
on.
what happened. I can't
Before we
remember.
get into these weeds here, what have you thought of Big Brother US this week?
Oh.
Any improvement?
It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
I think that the episode that I didn't make notes for actually was a little bit funny. I think I laughed a couple of times
my God.
out loud, which is unusual
Wow.
for American Big Brother. I don't like many people on it.
Okay.
Apart from, I think Kyland is like really a lovely person, and apart from that, I don't really like anyone.
Oh, I like a couple.
I just think they need to like
Go on.
they need to stop doing competitions where everyone does it separately and you watch the same thing again and
I
again.
must
Just get them all
say-
in and do it at the same time.
I must say it is annoying, and it does waste so much of the show. It's quite irritating. Yeah, I agree with
But
that.
I mean, let's say not as painful as I thought it was going to be.
Okay.
Is that good?
I think that's progress.
What about you? What do you think?
I was enjoying it. Yeah, I think there's I think it's got good potential. I like Tiffany now. I wasn't sure about her last week. Do you remember when everyone was bumming up Tiffany saying how great she was?
Yeah.
Rowan and Alfred. I was thinking, I haven't really seen anything, but I liked her diary rooms and the things she was doing this week. She seemed fun.
Okay.
Are you wondering who Tiffany is?
No, I know who Tiffany is. I just can't remember doing anything of note.
Right. Well, let's see. Fucking.
Shall I tell you who I don't like as well? Who I think might be
Yeah,
a controversial dislike.
Oh God.
Derek F. He's
Oh,
getting right on
is
my
that Big D?
nerves. Yeah.
Yeah. Why?
Heavy D. God rest his soul.
Rip.
I just think if anyone shows an ounce of emotion, he wants to like brush it under the carpet and tells them to fucking like, oh, don't let anyone see this and and buck yourself up. And it sounds like probably the same shit his dad would have told him and his boxing legend father. And it just feels very toxic to me.
Oh.
And I like tweeted this, said that I can't wait for Derek F to launch his personalised toxic pep talk service on Cameo.
Yeah.
And nobody
I saw that tweet and
nobody engaged with it. I don't think people were feeling
I'll tell
the same
you why,
way.
because I saw that tweet and I thought, what the hell is Gaz talking about here? It made no sense to me whatsoever. So I think that might have been the problem.
But I've heard him tell Kyland not to like be seen to be crying. I've heard him tell
He was giving
I think
Frenchie a pep
Brittini
talk,
and
wasn't he?
Frenchie, all of
Yeah.
them. He's just like scared of emotions or something. I don't know.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, watch this space. Let's see. I don't really have any feelings towards him one way or another. Although Jack said he's actually quite a handsome man if you have a proper look at him. He's got a nice face. So Alyssa said, "I will never die." in a rather obnoxious way when they walked back in, which kind of irritated
Is that
me.
because she's been mummified in toilet paper?
Yeah.
Not yet.
Kyland wants to find out who did the hinky votes. Yeah, because Kyland is the new HOH, isn't he? Because he rolled that ball into the shark's mouth.
The new detective. Oh yeah, they showed that on like the intros. If it was like an exciting highlight to see again, it just wasn't.
So Tiffany and Big D were going, nah, we don't care where those hinky votes came from because they're the ones who did
that did it. Yeah.
Big D said he did it as a joke. Okay.
Yeah, he's like, I just want to like throw out a random vote.
Oh, because it's Big Brother and keep it lively, isn't it? Fair enough. Although
I haven't seen anyone play like that in my time watching this version.
Bloody hell. Jesus, you've missed a lot. Frenchie asked Tiffany... Oh, this is the backstory. Frenchie had asked Tiffany to do the hinky vote and then pin it on Derek X.
Frenchie was not happy with Derek X because of that conversation he overheard, and he went mad, didn't he?
Frenchie was... oh, God.
Thank God he's gone, though. Although it was good TV.
Nah, no, not thank God he's gone. I want to see more.
Oh, good point. It could have been Brittini.
Yeah.
Gosh, she's so annoying.
Oh, fuck me,
I don't know if I'm
man.
allowed to be quite as annoyed by her as I am.
Yeah, you are. Why not?
Might be offensive because
she's autistic. That's
perhaps.
Offensive in itself. That's like saying, oh, you can't be annoyed by a disabled person. You fucking can. If they're a twat, they're a twat. The end. She's annoying as hell. Talking like this in the diary of herself.
The Willow hands.
Stop it.
I really equate that to Willow, and I'm sure there's like many people
she
before.
was a big instigator of it. It's the only memorable thing she fucking did, apart from cried went on the triple eviction. So,
You're struggling with those glasses. Lindsay's got new glasses. She keeps poking them up.
I'm not a glasses wearer. It's uncomfortable. So poor Derek X. Why is he always getting the blame for everything? Tiffany wants Frenchie to blab so she can push him in front of the bus. Oh yeah, she said, I'm not going to throw him in the front of the bus. I'm going to push him in front of the bus.
Oh.
Eesh. Christian was pissed off about the 2 rogue votes. Well, I'm pissed off about his bunches.
I'm pissed off about his name being Christian instead of Christian.
Do you say Christian?
Christian, yeah.
Well, my brother's called Christian. We had this conversation last week. Christian.
Same old shit.
Christian. Who the fuck says Christian? No one does.
Christmas time, mistletoe and wine, children singing Christian rhymes.
Yeah, but that's not about the name. That's about being a Christian.
Oh, is it different?
I don't know.
You had to let me get all the way to that line to sort of process where that was going.
I can't work out where you were going. So, Claire and Tiffany are safe because they are on the Queen team.
Queens.
Kylan and Xavier are whispering about votes in the loo. They're worried that Tiffany did the hinky, and Xavier was ironing a paper towel to try and...
I'm confused about that paper towel, because that was deemed funny enough to be the intro of the next fucking episode as well.
Well, Jack actually said he thought that was funny. He said he liked Xavier, and he thought that was quite
comedy gold,
quirky.
Xavier.
Yeah, I know. I think I do like Xavier, but I think he's a bit dry.
Bland.
Yeah, he's a bit dry, but he's
nice to look at.
Very hot.
He looked nice with his shirt unbuttoned.
Yeah.
Partly unbuttoned.
I approve. Frenchie said, I'm already nervous. I'm a man of my word and I keep my promises. That's a lie. Tiffany said Frenchie knows about the 2 votes, but he's not going to say anything. But she knows she's safe, so she can confront him a bit.
No, because Frenchie goes, basically, I know who it was. And she's she put on a good performance, actually. She's like, if you know, then tell me.
Yeah.
But then in the diary room, I think she was a bit pissed off, like, why are you saying you know? Because that could, out me.
Yeah, she was like, I thought she was kind of, because Frenchie didn't have any power anymore, she was just like through with him. She's just like, oh, fuck this, I ain't going to, pussyfoot around him anymore. I'm going to tell him what I think. Yeah. Kind of thing.
The other thing was, she was basically like, I'm going to not take it to my grave, but she was like, because Frenchie's the only person that does know, if it comes out.
Yeah, then, she knows it's him.
But then immediately we saw her telling Kyland, I think, that it was her.
Oh, yeah, she did, didn't she? Frenchie said, I'm going to be leaving this house with dignity and respect. Do you agree with that?
Of a sort. Not respect, but perhaps some dignity.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, he laid his cards on the table. I saw his aces, his kings, his queens, his jokers, and said which alliance he was in, and kind of washed his hands of any involvement. But It was a bit of odd gameplay.
The understatement of the week there, I guess. Tiffany warned Kylan about French